I'm Denise Galoni. Welcome to today's episode of Empowering You. My guest today is Joy Kolonis. Joy has spent years doing relationship marketing with Send Out Cards. Joy has been using cards for so long and keeping people in touch and helping people stay in touch. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My guest today is Joy Kolonis. Joy's passion has always been making a difference in people's lives. From her early years as a general store manager of 3 different Kmart stores, she was often recognized for superior customer service. She continued this mindset into her years as an entrepreneur, finding success by focusing on others instead of herself. Joy has found success in recognizing and celebrating clients, colleagues, and even strangers. Always remembering showing appreciation is the key to success. Joy began using Send Out Cards 14 years ago as a tool for her business alone and instantly discovered that an unexpected greeting card was an effective and valuable part of her direct sales business. After realizing the power of showing kindness and appreciation, she joined as an affiliate and began sharing the power of Send Out Cards with friends, family, and businesses. In addition, Joy began coaching other affiliates to do the same, as within the first year earned the ranks of senior manager and VIP certified trainer, and was invited to serve as a prestigious group of affiliates, working directly for the company's CEO and founder, Cody Bateman. She continues this role today. Thank you for being here, Joy.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you. So, holiday season, perfect time to be talking about cards. But because that's when really people think about cards.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the cards, we talked about a little bit about, before we started the recording, relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? Because I know you're an expert at relationship marketing.
Well, it's so funny. Yeah, sometimes I like those words. Sometimes I don't like those words because the first thing people think of is marketing. It's like, oh my gosh, another marketing strategy tool,
Right.
expense, and that kind of a thing. So I like to say sometimes relationship development, because life is about relationships.
Okay.
On a personal level for sure, of course, but on a business level, it definitely is. And if you can pull your whole marketing strategy and make it 80% about building relationships, strong relationships, nurturing relationships, and 20% the traditional marketing you have today, that's where the success lies. So relationship marketing is about the other person. It's about your focus being on them, not what you want to get from them. And the more you can build that, and the more you can build those relationships, the referrals will come to you more so than you asking for them all the time.
Yes. And it's so important, especially with a new normal now.
Yes.
How much more important is it today than it was 3 years ago or even 2 years ago?
Oh, it's so much more important because number one, there's more competition today than ever before. Even through the COVID, it doesn't matter whether we went through that or didn't go through that. It's still the same. There's very few businesses out there that somebody isn't doing the same thing as you.
Right.
And there is very few opportunities that people take advantage of to set themselves apart.
Yeah.
You got to do something different. You've got to do something different. And businesses are starting to realize this. They're starting to realize, okay, what can I do different than the competition? What can I do different that's going to set me apart? And that's what it's all about, building relationships. Sometimes you don't have to really work that hard. Just concentrate on the other person. Concentrate on concentrate on something about them that has nothing to do with your business. Now you mentioned with the send out cards. When I'm working with a strategy for business owners, I tell them, I said, okay, let's make sure we're touching our clients with a tangible touch. That's
Right.
another thing too. The internet world, yeah, it's made us all closer together. But guess what? We're a lot further disconnected than we ever were before. And with COVID,
Sure.
it has even been worse.
Right.
So a tangible greeting card in the mail will so set yourself apart, and it'll so make a difference on them, for them. Like, you took the time to do this. You took the time to celebrate something in their lives. You took the time to say, hey, hello, welcome to spring. I mean, you took the time to do that. That's building relationships.
And it's keeping you in their mind.
Top of mind, top of mind,
Top of
and
mind.
top
That's
of mind in a good way. Top of mind, it's different.
right. And a lot of companies send out holiday cards.
Hmm.
I mean, that's their big, send out holiday cards. But to get a card, as you said, like Happy Spring or it's the new year, very few people send out New Year's cards.
Oh, I
And,
know. Yeah.
and I know with you, there's several times over the years, we've been friends for a number of years. We were trying to figure out how long we couldn't even do that. Then I just received a random card in the mail. And it was just, oh, hey, how you doing? Or it was a picture that I posted on Facebook that you put on a card and you sent to me, and it means so much. So
Hmm.
it means, again, like you said, I know, oh, Joy's thinking about me. And oh,
Hmm.
how nice. I may be having a bad day and I open that up. And I know I get hundreds of emails every day. Very few do I even read. I think most people delete, delete, delete as we're going down there. I have
Yeah.
never once said, oh, it's a card from Joy. I'm not going to open it. I've always, because we always open cards. What is it? It's like a mystery
Yeah.
prize. Like, what is this card?
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. And at the beginning of COVID, when everybody else was like cleaning closets and all this time at home, was like, I was going through this anxiety because it's like everybody needs a card, everybody needs somebody, they were going to the mailbox, and I really worked at trying to educate my clients that I already have and businesses that I have, and and social media, just to let people know, is if there's ever a time that your clients need to hear from you, it's now.
Right.
It really is now. And you brought up a good point at the beginning about the holidays. Yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas card is, this obviously is the biggest time of the year for the
Sure.
holiday cards. But when I'm coming into the fall of the year, I teach and educate my client and my business owners to do a Thanksgiving card.
Mm,
Do a card.
right.
The entire month of November is a month of gratitude. So, that's the time you should be touching your
Yes.
client, not to minimize, Christmas whatsoever. But as a business owner, you know, do that. And then, like, right now, we're coming into that last week where the post office says get your cards mailed by,
Yes.
Wednesday, or they're not going to get to Christmas in time. Well, first of
Right.
all, people are never always going to appreciate the card no matter when it comes.
Right.
So that date is not that cool. But then it's like, okay, then if you didn't get this done for the holidays, go for New Year's. And
Mhm.
New Year's is not New Year's Day. The entire month of January is an opportunity to start anew and to welcome people into the new year with new goals, new change, anything like
Right.
that. Or just like,
Right.
welcome to the new year for 2022. Let's make it a good one. So, they're so key. I have to share with you one of my clients that I have. He made a list of his top 100 influential people, not necessarily his insurance, not necessarily all his clients, but people in his life that were important, and people in the community and that type of thing. And once a month, he sends out a card to them, and we set
Mhm.
up these campaigns, which we in our system can set them all up and do them one time if we want to.
Right. That's even better.
You know,
Right.
yeah. But he every month we're coming up with another holiday, that to go ahead and send to. And he sent out 2 years ago, he sent out Groundhog Day cards. And he got
Okay.
more people contacting him about a Groundhog Day card. It's like, who does that? Kind of thing. And I mean, hey, there's all kinds of websites online that can tell you every day of the week
Every
there's a
day
holiday.
something. Yes. Every day
Every day
something.
is something. We even did one time in his office. It was, I think it's May 15th or 14th is National Chocolate Chip Day. And it's like, hey, let's do a card inviting everybody to your office for chocolate chip cookies, you know. And he was like in his panic, like, they won't all fit in my office. I said, they're not all going to come to your office.
Right, right.
It's the idea that you're doing it, you know, and that's what sits out with people, you know, doing things like that. So
Yeah, definitely. So how did you get involved with send out cards?
well, after I left my Kmart career, like you said, we were living around the Washington, D.C. area, and my husband worked for First Energy at the time, newly retired now. So that's like cool. But anyways, he got moved up here to the Greensburg area. And when I moved up here, I got involved with some network marketing companies, Southern Living Home Party
Oh,
Plan.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
I love being from the living in the South for a while. I love the Southern Living magazine. Well, they opened up their own direct sales company.
Yes.
So I thought, well, this is a great time to meet a lot of women, you know, and I had never in my life even hosted a party, let alone do a
Oh,
party,
wow.
you know. So this was like whole new ground territory for me.
Yes.
But while I was in that, I started getting involved in some networking groups. Somebody in a networking group brought to my attention, like, you've got to see this, send out cards. At the time, it was like, I don't have time to learn something else. And I certainly didn't want another business. But I did start using it. I started using it as a tool for my hostesses. And I did something very unique that a lot of consultants didn't do. And, you know, number one, a lot of consultants didn't even do a tangible thank you card to their hostesses after the party, you know. Very key. But I did that. But what I did at the party, I took pictures. After we all finished my demonstration, I would gather all the women up and take a group picture. Not easy with a bunch of women drinking wine, because that was pretty common in these parties.
Right.
But I did. But I took that picture and I put it on the front of the card as a
Mhm.
thank you to the hostess. So that in itself was just like crazy. But that really wasn't what turned me around to start really going into the send out card company as much. But at one point, it was like, okay, I'm going to do my Christmas cards. I was the write the long letter, address all the envelopes, 75, 80 cards every season, you know. But I didn't use it with my family. I was just using it for my business. So I decided I was going to do that. And I did one year, designed a beautiful 3-panel card, and there were pictures of the kids, sent it out. But when I went to send it out, I didn't have enough. You subscribe for like a certain, get so many points and all that. I didn't have enough, so I had to buy more. No big deal. I did that. Come
Mhm.
February, I look at my account and I had all these extra points for cards. It's like, where did I get all these? Well, when I went to buy more in December, I actually resubscribed, and I had 2
Okay.
subscriptions coming in 2 different times in the month, 2 different credit cards. So I
Oh
had
my gosh.
so not a big deal, because I knew I would use them coming into the Easter season. I decided to send 3 random cards a day. No rhyme, no reason, anything, just like, hey, thinking about you. Hope you have a great day. Maybe pull something off of Facebook. Wendy's down the street would advertise their employee of the month. I would copy their name down and come home and send a card to the store congratulating that employee. So I was doing these things. It's really an awesome thing to do. And I did it for 40 days. What
I
I
remember
wasn't
doing that.
Yeah, what I wasn't prepared for was the impact. I was getting phone calls, I was getting text messages, I was getting emails. I had 2 people call me in tears that the day they got that card, they were having such a bad day. And that
Mhm.
card showed up in the mail. And it was like, okay, I've got to really look into this. And that's exactly what I did. And I found out that is the whole premise of this company, is to have a tool that when you are prompted, somebody comes to your mind, there's a reason they're coming to your mind. And here's a simple tool that you can like pull your phone up from the app, pull it in the app, send a card to them right away. Because I can't even tell you the stories, Denise, of the people, the day they get that card, they needed that card.
Right. Absolutely. Things happen for a reason. I believe that. And it
Yeah.
is that easy, because I've used send out cards just to pick a card, type the name in, or if you even have the name there, and just send it out. You don't need to worry about postage. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff.
No. And it's so cool now with the app that we have on the phone, because I mean, you could be sitting at a red light, a long red light. Let's not do this while you're driving,
Not when you're
at a
driving.
red light, and literally send a card to somebody,
Yeah,
you know. So yeah.
I know. And a story that I could tell about the cards is I lost a very dear friend a few years ago. And a couple days later, I received a card in the mail from someone and send out cards, that I was thinking about signing up and joining send out cards, but I just didn't get around to doing it yet. And I got this card in the mail. I was like, oh, she's sending me something to join this, and I just can't even like think about this right now. And I opened the card up, and it was a picture of me and my friend that I had on Facebook, and it just meant so much to me that and I
Yeah.
still have that card today. So cards do have an impact.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And our cards are always the 5x7, so they fit in frames. I mean,
Hmm.
people tell me that all the time. The real cool thing, Denise, and I'm sure you've experienced from me already, is the postcards. I mean, because you can do postcards too.
Yeah. Yes.
And we've always been able to, but we're kind of, I'm kind of focusing a little bit more on that, because when you pull a picture from Facebook, put it on a postcard and send it to somebody, and they get this, it's going on refrigerators. It's like the days when you had all kinds of stuff on your refrigerator. People tell me all the time, this went right on my fridge. This went
Right.
right on my fridge. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and you could just do that all day long. I mean, that's just people that are on vacation, they come back from vacation and they have like 4 or 5 pictures from their vacation already because they didn't print them out. They didn't buy
Right.
postcards. All they
Right.
did was take pictures with their camera, and it gets lost in the camera. And heaven knows, I don't know how many pictures you have in your camera right now, but it's kind of reaching like the emails that you don't open.
I know. That's true. No, I've received a lot of cards from you over the years. Small
Mhm.
ones, like you said, 4 by 6, and the big ones. I remember that big envelope came. I thought, what is in this? And it was a
Oh
nice.
yeah, that great big one like this.
Yes, yes, the great big one. Right. People, and they're beautiful, beautiful cards. And it just means so much to somebody.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what relationship. I mean, you're building relationships with that, just doing those kind of things. When it comes back, circling back to the relationship marketing, it's not that you stop doing the marketing you're doing. You have to have email marketing. You have to have social media marketing. You have to have those kind of things in today's age.
Yes.
But flip your percentages around. Make that 20% of your focus and money, and take the other 80% of your focus and money on building the relationships.
And just to receive something in the mail, not something, someone trying to sell you something or trying someone asking you something, just something nice in the mail. Again, we said you need it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's just, that's why it's so fun.
So fun. And we're talking about businesses, but family also. You can use the cards for
Oh
personal
yeah,
reasons.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I have a lot of people that just use it for personal use.
Hmm.
I always like to talk about the busy mom, and we have the cutest little video out there about a busy mom, the kids crawling around the couch and trying to get her, and she couldn't get to the store, she couldn't do this and that. The next thing you know, they went to play in a room, she pulls her phone up, you know she's
Right.
sending her cars out that way, kind
Right.
of. So yeah, yeah, it is. It's a tool. It's a tool for everybody. I mean, and everybody, it's not a paid, you can get your own app and your own link to the site, and all you do is pay for your cards when you send them. Now there's other options. You can get them less money by certain monthly plans, but
Right.
everybody should have that app on their phone.
Right.
Everybody should have a link of that on the site.
Right.
If you never touch it but once a year, at least you know that you don't have to go to the store to get that stamp, and it's there for you.
That's the thing. I know in the past, we were talking about COVID before, people didn't want to go out, especially last year. It was so
Hmm.
unknown.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't need to go to the card store to buy a card. I can just go in there and just send it right out.
Yeah. 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 And a lot of people, I hear people occasionally that'll say to me, like, but it's not in my handwriting. Well, number one, it can be in your handwriting because you can actually download your own handwriting font into
Yeah.
there. But second of all, what is important when that person gets the card, that it
Mhm.
wasn't your handwriting or the message that you took the time to send them the card.
Right. Right.
So if you just got to weigh those kind of things out and see what's really important, because again, it's not about you, it's about them.
Right.
It's about what you've done for them.
And you can even send treats. I've
Oh,
sent
yeah.
pretzels and cookies, and the brownies are really good. I've
Brownies,
received those. They're really good.
I'm telling you, the brownies are like to die for. They're like our number one seller. And but I'll tell you, if you haven't been on there for the Christmas ones, now we got a lot of new Christmas stuff on there that we bring in for the holiday season, and gift cards too. We have the Visa gift cards and
Oh,
Starbucks in there
nice.
right now.
Okay.
Sometimes those change a little bit, but I know those are in there currently, like right now.
Very good. So, Joy, what's next for you? I mean, you've been in Send Out Cards, and I've mentioned you're a trainer for Send Out Cards now, and I bet you can't imagine that you've gone so far in Send Out Cards from just sending it to
No,
you.
no.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, I started out because I loved it, and I use it, and whether it was a business or not, I would still be using it. I don't think I'd ever stop. But it's like I don't have like a big goal. Even with the company, it's like the more people that I can show this to, and the more people that can use it. And of course, there's a business opportunity attached to it. So the more people that I can help bring a couple $100 in a month,
Right.
that's making an impact for them. And I know that Send Out Cards has been around for the 20 years, but as the first this year, we kind of, I want to say we rebranded, but we have you hear the name Greener Still out there. It's like, what is Greener Still? Well, Greener Still is kind of like, yeah, it's owned by us. It's kind of like the umbrella where Send Out Cards is one of the divisions. We have 5 other divisions in here now, and they're all built around relationships for yourself, for others, and for your business. So there's other tools and other things out there. And when you talk about the business opportunity now with Greener Still, um, anybody that uses any of those products in any of those divisions fall up into the commissions that you can make as an affiliate,
Oh, wow. Okay.
program with,
So great opportunities.
and you can be an affiliate without building a business too, and
Mhm.
still get those benefits. So there's just, it's just something for everybody out there that, and it's an opportunity, and at the same time, you're just making people smile.
Right, right. I'm
You're
smiling just
making
thinking
the world a
about it.
better
Right,
place, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know as a business owner and all the other things that I do, my time is so limited. So,
Yes.
and like most people, we just run, run, run the next thing. And just to be able to do it so quickly and not have to go to the store and buy the card and then try to find a stamp, because most people pay things online now. So we don't really have stamps laying around.
Right. Right.
And
I
then
know.
take it to
I
the
know.
post office and drop it in there. So much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I know. That's like when the forever stamps were around years ago. I
Yeah.
got like a couple little rolls of them. It's like, oh, I'll never, I'll because occasionally you might have a bill, you have to drop in a mail or something
Yeah.
like that, and everything. And the other day I almost ran out. I was like, I've had these forever. You know? How much are they now?
Yeah, who knows, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I've had forever. So yeah, it's a great, it's kind of twofold. Like I say, it's a great tool for businesses. It's a great way for anybody to keep in touch and stay in touch. And it's interesting, the younger generation, a lot of people say, oh, cards are for the older generation. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no, it's not happening like that. I mean, it's like the millennials and the Gen group and everything, they are loving the cards, and they're loving the business opportunity built in with
Mhm.
it.
Right.
So it's, nobody's ever not going to appreciate getting a card in the mail. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if there's something special, you can always, buy a card and write a nice message or something. But yeah, so, time wise and just keeping in touch with people, because it's hard. We lose touch with people,
Yeah.
especially
Oh
most
yeah.
people have been in the house for 2 years. No, we lose touch with people. So
Yeah.
just a little
Yeah.
card, just a hi, hello, it really makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, too, recently, coming into the holidays, you can actually even buy our cards in bulk now. So if you want to design your own card and create it yourself rather than us send it out for you, I guess we probably didn't even say that to the audience either. I mean, you design the card, we do everything else. We print stuff,
Right.
stamp it, mail it, like we've been saying. But anyways, you can design your own card now, and you could choose to go ahead and take a pack, send 10 to 400 of them to yourself with envelopes, and you can sign them yourself if you want to go that
Oh,
route.
wow, that's really nice.
Yeah,
So
so
almost
that's
like the holiday cards people get at Christmas time with their kids around the tree and everything.
oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I had a lot of businesses that said we sent the cards out for them, but then they went ahead and ordered 20 more blank with send to themselves to have
Yeah.
in their office to kind of like hand out if they needed to do that too. So
Right.
so yeah. So
Well,
we
Joy,
got it all.
this has
It's
been a
fun.
great interview. I know you gave so much information to the audience, ways to be productive to use the send out cards, relationship marketing, how important it is, and even ways to have a little bit extra income, which we can all use right now, a little bit extra
Mhm.
income coming
Yeah.
in,
Yes.
and pretty easy extra income also to coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joy, for sharing everything. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And I'm sure we'll all be getting lots of cards in the mail. And we'll think of you now. And if anyone wants to get in touch with you, we'll have your information on there too. They can reach out to you.
Okay. Very good. Yep. Yep. Really appreciate it. And anybody who does, click on the link or get in touch with me and everything, everybody can send their first card for free,
Oh,
just
very
to
good.
try it out.
Try it out.
So try it out. Yep. Just give it a test run and see if it's for you. And guess what? It'll be on your phone forever. And when you think about it a year from now, it's like, oh yeah, I can go ahead and send that card.
Right. So there you go. So everybody can try it for free. One free card.
One free card. Yep.
Yep. Thank you so much, Joy.
Well, thank you, Denise, very much. You have a great holiday and the best of the new year to you too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching today's episode of Empowering You. I'd like to thank my guest, Joy Kalanis of Send Out Cards. Joy gave you some great tips on how to be productive and keep in touch with people while building your business by using cards in relationship marketing. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for watching and see you next time.